From Lejeune Hall in Annapolis, Maryland, the Navy Midshipmen take on the Bucknell Bison in water polo. The Mids come into this matchup 4-0 in Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference play. Meanwhile, the Bison, coming off of a tough defeat at the hands of George Washington, they continue their swing here in the Free State, taking on the Mids. The Mids coming in 11-6 overall. Meanwhile, Bucknell 4-8. Navy has taken the last 5 meetings against Bucknell. The all-time series favors Navy 40-22. Bucknell's last win came all the way back in 2022 in the conference tournament when they won it at Fordham 8-6 the final. And in that game, a young man who starred, and he's starting in this one again today, Alexis Stefanovic, the senior from Belgrade, Serbia. He is one of the top players in not only the Bison's roster, but in all the country. He was an All-American honorable mention last year, and he's in the starting lineup for Coach John McBride. He's joined by Sean Tunnicliffe, Ori Raz, along with Jack Murad, Tyler Hedblad, and Maxime Tuzat. Meanwhile, David Dumitru, the junior goalkeeper from Bucharest, Romania, in between the pipes for the Bison. On the other side for Navy, you've got Orion Irwin, Holden Siebold, Aiden Berry, Aiden Day, Kiefer Black, Billy Zek, and Ryan Munch in between the pipes for the Mids. Your officials for this one, Joe Pila on the far side and closest to us. Dropping the ball for the sprint is Mo Omar. It is won by Kiefer Black, who's coming off another milestone performance. 10 points in yesterday's sweep of both Mount St. Mary's as well as Mercyhurst. Black in that one surpassing Greg Mendenhall for third in program history in total points. An initial ejection drawn by Holden Siebold. Day thought about it, tees up Black. One more Siebold by the 2-meter, lost the handle, Bucknell takes it away. David Dumitriu's been the starter in Lewisburg since his freshman season with the Bison. He's played for various Romanian and junior national teams and picked up 411 saves entering this season. He has been one of the better netminders in the entire conference. Similar to Navy, this Bucknell squad has run the gauntlet to start. Munch with the first save. He gobbles that one out. The Bison began this year with losses to number 18 Harvard and then a Division III defeat to number 7 MIT. They also faced top-seeded UCLA, falling 24-10 to the Bruins as Black gets tied up and he draws a whistle. Black across the pool for Aiden Berry. Now here's Day again. Black on the doorstep, has a sharp angle if he wants it. Deeks defers back for Aiden Day. To Black, denied by the pipe. And the Bison stave off that chance for the Mids. I mentioned how Bucknell fell to UCLA, they then proceeded to face Harvard again and dropped to the Crimson 20-16. Then they played at number 9 Princeton, picked up some wins against Salem and Air Force. And that Salem win is a big one given the Mids fell to Salem earlier this season. One-time shot before the shot clock does not get towards the net, and Navy with a nice stop on defense. Black quickly ahead, linking up with Day, who had a 5-goal performance against Air Force, helping Navy capture the Freedom Vase for the 3rd year in a row. You mentioned just how gratifying that performance was, given how tough his recovery road was. Aiden missed all of last season after a stellar freshman campaign where he finished with second-team All Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference honors. A defensive grind to start here in Lejeune. There's Stefanovic. Alexa committed to Bucknell without ever even visiting Lewisburg. But here he turns it over and credit the defense to Navy on the far side. There's Orion Irwin making the play for the Mids. Here comes Aiden Day the other direction. Zekulich, quick shot denied by the pipe again. There's a sliver of space between the right of Dumitru and the white bar. But again, Bucknell hangs on for the stop. Tunnicliffe's high arcing pass over the hand of Stefanovic, but Bucknell keeps it. Tunnicliffe over for Hedblatt. Stefanovic wasn't looking, but the pass is intended for Ori Raz, freshman from Israel. This is Stefanovic, and Bucknell takes the early lead. Alexis Stefanovic, 99 goals last season. That led the entire team. Second team all-conference nod. And he gets Bucknell off to a good start in this one. The Bison were leading number 19, George Washington, 13-11, entering the fourth quarter of last night's match. Viper Sarnsukwitz in space. Navy still scanning for options as the timer ticks inside single digits. Quinn Bartlett in towards the 2-meter, and the pass is knocked away. Good defense on Jack Reif. High arcing lob ahead. They link up with Kai Johnson. And he will draw a penalty shot. Well done by Johnson as he snuck ahead of Bartlett. Stefanovic will defer to Hedblad. And the sophomore from California looks to make this a 2-0 edge. Loads, shoots, and misses off the crossbar. The framework doing both the Bison and the Midshipmen justice here in the first quarter. How can Navy capitalize? This is Bartlett for James Mulvey. Back to Bartlett. Lucas Sekulic scanning for an angle, and it's tipped high and off the bar. Navy trails by one, but not for a shortage of chances as we wind under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. In tight, Jack DeLand could not shake himself free. Great center defense by Matt Myper-Sarnsuk. Kiefer Black in transition. Sharp angle shot and a goal. Beautifully done by the junior, contorting his body and sneaking that past the left paw of Dimitru. For Black, that is 201 goals in his Navy career, 4 shy of tying Michael Mulvey for 7th in program history. Again, the Bison working towards the 2-meter, and this time it's a whistle and an ejection. Sekulic kicked out of the pool, and the Bison deliver the lead. Stefanovic again, this time from long range. Ryan Bunch, sophomore goalie for the Mids from San Diego. He went to Valhalla. Sekulic quickly back after the ejection. Mulvey implored to move the ball by coach Louis Nicolau. Myper-Sarnsuk attracts the double. Sekulic has an angle, checks the timer, lets it go, and it's tapped up and over the crossbar onto the top of the goal. This will keep it with the Midshipmen. More importantly, a fresh 30 on the timer with 2:17 to go in the first. Mulvey in tight, and this time Navy benefits from the whistle. Mulvey thought about it. Myper-Sarnsuk, eyes for goal. Back with the freshman. Now the sophomore. Straight away, Sekulic from 5 meters. Mulvey from Myper-Sarnsuk off the crossbar. Ejection over. Back to even strength. This is Mulvey for the tie. And a stellar freshman campaign continues for the 6'2 utility out of Newport Beach, California. '21st goal this season for James Mulvey. Edblad across the pool. Stefanovic already with 2, looking for a first quarter hat trick. Bison working in close with Johnson. Udovicic in tight. The shot stopped. We get a whistle. And for the second time in this first quarter, it'll be a penalty shot for the Bison. And this time, no one coming up to take the ball away from Stefanovic. Alexa loads, scores 3 goals in the opening quarter for Bucknell's best. Despite Bucknell's 4-8 record coming in, don't get it twisted, both of these teams, Navy and the Bison, came in receiving votes in the top 20. These are 2 of the best programs for sure on the East Coast, and also some of the best in the entire country. On the far side, how about that lob to Kiefer Black for the tying tally? Aiden Day put it on a tee for the junior. And it seemed ever since that Air Force match that has sparked Navy on what is now a 4-game win streak. He said he was looking for more for his mids beyond just Kiefer Black, and he has certainly gotten that. Now we got a steal. Myper Sarnsuk with the thievery. Aiden Day the other way in transition. Black induces the whistle. Day with the deke, back for Black. Evades the defense, the pump, the score on his head. 4-3 Navy leads for the first time. Both teams' biggest stars shining brightly in this first quarter. Stefanovic with 3 tallies for Bucknell. Black with 3 of his own. And the mids ahead for the first time. Jack Murad. Teeing up Udovicic. Now Ori Raz. Back for Karamian. Across the pool, one last attempt from Raz, tipped away. And the mids take over with 0.5 of a second remaining. Navy leads it 4-3 after 8 minutes of action in Lejeune. The midshipmen looking to keep it rolling in the second quarter when we come back in just a couple of moments.
Navy Exchange Service Command is with you throughout your military journey, providing the best prices on brands you love, all tax-free, taking care of you with at-ease hospitality, supplying sailors at sea with comforts and essentials, ensuring access to technology, connecting you to family and friends, supporting all who wear the uniform, past, present, and future. NEXCOM, our mission is you.
John McBride and the Bison breaking their huddle. Bucknell trails 4-3. Navy with 3 goals by Kiefer Black. James Mulvey with the other. Begin this quarter talking about Bucknell. I want to tell you a little bit more about McBride in his 15th season with the Bucknell Bison. Led them to their first NCAA tournament appearance since 1985 back in 2016 when they won the entire conference. He played 4 years as a starter and goal at the University of Rhode Island and last made the tournament with this Bucknell group during the COVID season in 2020-2021. McBride's illustrious career extends beyond the pool at the college level. He was a goalie on Team USA's B team back in '93, and he also coaches for the U.S. senior national team. He's with the Olympic squad back in 2024 in Paris. And his U.S. national team pedigree, a huge reason why he's been able to land some top players from Europe. Stefanovic being one of them, Jovan Udovicic, another one, also from Serbia. Matter of fact, Uvan's uncle is the U.S. men's head coach. He's led Team USA to 3 Olympic titles. Also taken Serbia to 2. Speaking of young men who have Olympics in their future, Kiefer Black is certainly making a case. Picked up some national team experience this past summer and has certainly boded well for his growth early this year. There's a nice save by David Dimitru. Scans for options and finally tees up with his top scorer, Stefanovic. Alexa across the pool for Hedblatt. Just 4 to shoot for the Bison. Stefanovic, long range, well up and over the netting. And Navy with an opportunity to cushion this 1-goal advantage. Orion Irwin's second team all-conference last year. First team all Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference tournament. It has been an affair dominated by the Fordham Rams of late. And that is who Navy has next. There's another goal for the Mids. The Midshipmen double the lead. It's now 5-3. Kiefer Black now 1 goal shy of tying 7th overall in midshipman history. See if Bucknell has an answer. Marad threw it away. Another takeaway for the Mids, this time Siebold, the captain, stepping in front. And the Mids are often swimming yet again. Here's Austin Kahn. Kahn inside 2 meters, had his shot just tipped up and over the outstretched fingertips of Aiden Day. 8 to fire. Siebold knows it. Taken down with 3, we get a whistle. Lofts in tight, and it's tipped in. What a goal by Quinn Bartlett. Well, when this midshipman squad plays to its potential, it is a sight to behold. You're seeing that right now to begin this second quarter. Navy has opened up a 3-goal advantage, the largest of the day. Hedblad, another pass too tall for Stefanovic. Check that, that was Johnson. Here's a shot and a save by Munch. And then Black jars the ball free. Kahn and company trying to bury the Bison. Seabold with eyes for goal. The dump off towards 2 meters. Garahy back for Bartlett, and the shot clock resets. 6-on-5 opportunity for the Mids. We'll get a timeout from head coach Louis Nicolau with 5:04 remaining in this second quarter. Louis puts a heavy emphasis on the 6-on-5 chances and also probably senses that this is a prime opportunity for Navy to build a 4-goal advantage. Similar to McBride, many of you know that Louis had an illustrious playing career, first year in Navy. He is one of a number of people that Kiefer Black is currently chasing. It is Nicolau who still holds the all-time points total at the academy. Louis was a 3-time All-American here. He spent 20 years coaching at Princeton. 2004 Men's National Coach of the Year there, and he took him to a couple of NCAA tournament appearances. And now trying to do the same here in Annapolis. Again, the hurdle, the aforementioned Fordham Rams. Navy has as number 5 Fordham next. They'll head up to the Bronx and take them on October 11th, the next match for the Mids. And they won't see Fordham again until they face them here to begin the month of November along with Wagner. Then after the Rams, the Mids will take on Mercyhurst. Then the out-conference battle against Gannon, followed by the Bison again, and then George Washington on October 24th. Another non-con date against Iona before Wagner, Fordham, Johns Hopkins, and George Washington, all before the conference tournament. That begins November 21st. Not a whole lot of change in the national picture if you keep up with the rankings. UCLA remains number 1. Cal and Southern California flip-flop 2 and 3 from a week ago. It's now the Bears in 2nd and the Trojans in 3rd. Fordham staying put at 5th, kind of being the flag bearer right now for East Coast water polo. The only other member that is not from the state of California is Princeton at number 13. Brown comes in at 18, George Washington 19. Claremont, Mudd, Scripps rounding out the top 20, and then Navy and Bucknell following close behind, receiving votes. Navy scored early and often yesterday, topping its opponent's combined score of 42-20. But here Bucknell a chance to grow a goal closer. Raz, the bounce shot, no, but it caroms right to a wide open Jack Murad. And just like that, Bucknell trails by 1. Jack led the Bison yesterday with 3 goals against George Washington. Navy trying to halt this 2-goal run, but a turnover. Careless pass well over the head of Mulvey. And Bucknell has a prime opportunity to knot this thing up at 6 as we wind under 4 to go before the break. Delan already with the goal, and Bucknell was looking back for him in tight. He's knocked away, and some great defense in tight by Austin Kahn. And he also had some help from Aiden Berry. Mulvey near in the net. Black wants him to take it. The freshman straight away for Irwin. Black across the pool, brought down nicely by Kahn. Nicolau wants him to tee up Mulvey. He floats across the pool, batted out of the air. And we're going to get now a penalty shot for Navy. They say as the mids went for the one time, there was contact to the arm coming down inside 2 meters. And that'll set up Kiefer Black. Who rings his shot off the pipe. The crossbar has been playing unkind to Navy here at home in this first half. Hedblad, a shot and a goal. And just like that, Bucknell has tied it. 3 goals spurred for the Bison as it's knotted at 6 with 2:07 to play. Sekulich, one of the leaders of this group, a junior. Hoping he can help restore some order to this Navy offense along with Black. He gets a hand up around the neck. And then tees up Aiden Berry. Day for Black. A lot of motion to this Navy offense. Black, quick shot and a goal. And with that 5th tally of the day, he has tied Michael Mulvey for 7th in program history. Another exclusion. This time it's Billy Zeck ushered out of the pool. Bucknell aiming for the tie. Hebblad across the way. This is Raz. Stefanovic. Pass too tall for his intended target, Udovicic. That one can be brought down, and it's tapped in. Sean Tunnicliffe with his first. Seven all in Lejeune. And Louis Nicolau has been shown a yellow card. Black towards the doorstep. Myper Sarnsuk under a minute to go before halftime. Myper Sarnsuk with an angle and a goal. Matt Myper Sarnsuk with his first, and Navy vaults back on top 8-7. Bucknell can use the majority of the final 48.8 to go. This conference matchup has been every bit as advertised. There's another turnover forced in tight. The central defense of the mids so far has been stellar. That time, Siebold and Berry in the passing lane. Black going to try and give the mids some breathing room here before the horn. 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Day for Black. Down to 4 to shoot. A whistle with 1. Day just has to rear, fire, and it's gobbled up by Dimitru. 1.8 to go. Final desperation heave from Johnson. And the Navy midshipmen take a hard-fought 8-7 lead into halftime here at Lejeune Hall in Annapolis, Maryland. 5 goals by Kiefer Black to lead the way. Matt Myper Sarnsuk, James Mulvey, and Quinn Bartlett with the other 3 tallies for the mid. Meanwhile, Alexis Stefanovic leading the way for the Bison with a hat trick of his own. 8-7 your score at the half. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with third quarter action here from the banks of the Severn.
Explorers don't see a world with limits. With an innovative spirit and curious mind, they never stop wondering what tomorrow may hold. Boeing was built by explorers, and our growing global team is helping reimagine the future of aerospace and making our world safer and more sustainable. Join us as we take flight together.
Navy wins the opening sprint of this third quarter as we welcome you back to Lejeune Hall in Annapolis, Maryland. The Mids lead the Bison 8-7, Aiden Day with a third quarter sprint victory. Kiefer Black inside 2 meters. He's got 5 goals already, but it was knocked away nicely by the Bucknell defense. Sean Tunnicliffe forces the takeaway. Sean's father played football at Long Beach State, and Sean was a part of his 2021 4x50 meter swim team that set a school record at Long Beach Wilson. Immediate Navy exclusion out of the halftime break. Day sent out, 6-on-5 chance for the Bison. Roz already with the goal. Across the way, Tunnicliffe, he's got a pair, and Bucknell ties it at 8. Kiefer Black scanning for options. Myper Sarnsuk for an open Berry. Back to Myper Sarnsuk. Aiden searching for an angle for to shoot. Myper Sarnsuk off the right post. And credit where credit is due to the 6'4" David Dimitru. He is posing some problems with his wide frame, covering bar to bar and leaving Navy with little room to score. It's also hard for the Mids to keep up when they keep getting kicked out of the pool. This is Roz. Nobody picks him up, but Munch makes the save. Ryan Munch shutting the door on Maxime Tuzot. And that keeps it 8-all here in Lejeune. Kahn ducks under that challenge. Navigates around the body of Udovicic. And then wins the ejection call. Beautifully done by Austin Kahn. Floats a pass to a wide open Garahi. That was all set up by the elusiveness and the heady play of Austin Kahn, and Maddox Garahi benefits. 10th goal of the season for Maddox. Munch inching out of net. The shot clock dwindles down to 11. Navy doing well to play at full strength so far. 7 to fire for Bucknell. Roz walled off by Aiden Berry. Fading away, lets it go. It will not make it to the net, and the Navy defense holds. Best possession so far on that end of the pool for the Mids. Six-on-5 chance for Navy. This is Kahn for Black. Kiefer in tight, stuffed in by Garahy. Back-to-back goals for Maddox, and it's 10-8 midshipmen. Stefanovic searching for an answer. He's turned away. Was trying to link up with Deland, and 3 mids were there to greet the pass. And now the Navy offense surges the other direction. Sekulic calling for it. Luka Sekulic buries his first. Timeout Bucknell, 11-8 mids. We talked earlier about the journey of Stefanovic coming from Serbia to Lewisburg. They also have the talented Jovan Udovicic, who also hails from that nation. But Sekulic has plenty of ties to Serbia as well. He was born in the capital city. His sister actually has some national team experience playing for the Serbian national team. And Luka just continues to make that family proud. Not only is he a phenomenal water polo player, he's a standout student here at the Naval Academy. He also is a talented violinist. Some of you might have seen him perform the national anthem before a couple of matches here at Lejeune Hall. Both Luka's brother and his sister played water polo for Princeton. Twice we have seen Navy look this good against the Bison today. The first spurt came back in the second quarter when the Mids opened up a 6-3 edge. And then Bucknell responded immediately out of the timeout to tie the game at 6. And that time it was actually a timeout called by Louis Nicolau. The midshipmen were trying to gain a 4-goal advantage on a 6-on-5. Bucknell stood tall, and then the Bison responded with 3 consecutive tallies. Now it's the Bison with possession. The Mids looking to bury their conference foe. Udovicic for Tunnicliffe. Shot clock down to single digits. Stefanovic, the floater, up and over the fingertips of Munch. You could not place that any better, and that is why Alexis Stefanovic is one of the best players in America. Beautifully done by the senior. Navy looking to answer with Aiden Berry. Now Black. This is Day. Across the pool to an open man who meets the waiting palms of Dimitru. David stonewalling James Mulvey. Another shot and a goal from distance goes for the Bison. This time it's Hedblad. And once again, Bucknell has responded to the Navy spurt with a 2-goal lead. It is now 11-10 mids. Sekulich nearing the 5-meter. Over for an open day. Straight away Sekulich. Bartlett on the prowl for Black. Sekulich has some space, and Navy regains that 2-goal advantage. Second of this half for Luka Sekulich. Mids looking for a stop with under 3 to go before the end of the quarter. And they get it in the form of an Aiden Day steal. He'll off back to Munch, and the Navy offense can dart the other way. And there's a takeaway right back at you from Bucknell. Dimitri snatching that ball out of the air. Long stretching pass ahead. Bucknell linking up with Tunnicliffe. Raz searching for Deland. And he lets out some frustration. It's been a long morning in the pool for Jack Deland, the sophomore center, carving out space all day long. And time and again, Navy has denied the ball from getting to him. Sekulich implored to take it. Nearing the goal, dumps off in tight. This is Seabold who induces the whistle. Black with some space. One more look for Day, and the Mids have the 3-goal lead back as 13-10. Another big day for Kiefer Black continues, this time drawing the defense's attention and leaving the junior Aiden Day wide open on the backside. 13-10 mids, under 90 seconds to go in this third quarter, and another steal for Aiden Day. He leapt in front of Ori Raz, and if Navy hurries, the Mids have a 6-on-5 chance, but a timeout first, taken by Louis Nicolau. Navy's been on a roll of late, 18-8 win over Penn State Barron, and the 15-14 finish over Air Force They responded with a 21-8 advantage and then a 22-12 drubbing of Mount St. Mary's. The Mids now 4-0 in conference play. Navy just continuing to build up that resume. And ready for what is surely to be another competitive tilt against Fordham. A program that has had Navy's number of late, but that the Mids have always played fiercely against. Has been some time, though, since the Mids have taken down the Rams and advanced to an NCAA tournament appearance. It's one of the elusive milestones for head coach Louis Nicolau in year 8. Trying to figure out how he can get past a team that is so veteran-laden, so experienced. That's a problem for another day, though. First, it's a matter of taking down the Bison here in Lejeune. Navy has shown strength in flashes, but Bucknell has had an answer every single time thus far. Out of that timeout, you hear Louis Nicolau imploring his offense to be patient. It'll start with Ryan Munch. 6-on-5 opportunity for Navy. Black inside 2 meters. Sekulic sitting on a pair of goals. Black back for Sekulic. Shot clock's down to 9. Luca's shot denied. It falls right into the hands of Berry. Fresh timer. Sekulic again. This time finds Twine. With 3 goals. Fresh face in for Bucknell. This one, Greg Nordheim. You see in the far side, the white polo, the visible frustration being displayed by Louis Nicolau. Too many ejections. Another resulting in a Bucknell goal, this time by Andrew Hunyadi. First goal of the morning for Hunyadi, a freshman from Saratoga, California. 2025 All NorCal honorable mention. Played his high school water polo at Bellarmine College Preparatory. Mere tenths of a second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Sekulic with 3 goals in the quarter. Tees up an open man. Siebold's shot denied. The Mids will keep it with 3 seconds to go. Aiden Day to trigger in. Floats to Black. Can't get a shot off before the horn. He went for the no look. Nice stop by Dimitru. But Navy excels towards the latter stages of the third quarter, and the Mids take a 14-11 lead into the final frame here at Lejeune.
watching your financial future every step of the way. Learn more at firstcommand.com.
Ready for the final sprint this morning in Lejeune. Tim Nolan with all of you. Thank you for making some Navy water polo a part of your Sunday as the Mids look to close out win number 12 on the season and move to 5-0 in Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference play. Navy leads it 14-11 as we begin the final 8 minutes. Kiefer Black with 5 goals and a couple of assists. Lucas Sekulic with a hat trick. Maddox Garahy with 2 goals. Aiden Day only has 1 goal to show for his offensive performance, but he has done wonders defensively, especially keeping Ori Raz in check. And on cue, it is Day who takes the ball away. This junior from Oceanside, California, just adds an extra element to Navy's versatility. Demetre surveying for options and links up with Raz. Ori served in the Israeli military. He was also 2024 Seniors Israeli Cup MVP. Siebel making a break in transition. Black for Day, stood up. What a sprawling save by David Demetre. You could see Alexis Stefanovic maybe asking his coach, I don't know if he should have gone with that. I was creating a lane for a goal, but the 30 seconds gives the Bucknell offense a chance to breathe. Raz straight away for Tunnicliffe. Sean has it back, floats for Raz. Nobody in front of him but the goalkeeper. Stefanovic back for Raz. Better angle, and he makes good on it. 14-12 your score. The Bison trail by 2. Second goal of the day for Ori Raz, the freshman. Day for Bartlett. Now Sekulic. Back with Luka and over to Kahn. Those two play catch with 7 to shoot. Black got a piece. I should say Black's shot was tipped. And getting a piece of it was Sean Tunnicliffe. This is critical for Navy. We're going to get a penalty shot given to Savanovic with Bucknell trailing by 2. Team that DeLand was ahead of everybody, and Stefanovic does not miss. 5th goal for the senior. And Bucknell's leader has the Bison back down by 1. This has been a game of runs. The pendulum swings back towards Bucknell. Still, Navy has never trailed since it was 3-2 back in the first. And Sekulic gives the Mids a 2-goal lead back, his 4th of the day. The junior class is lighting up the score sheet in this one. Black with 5, Sekulic with 4. 15-13 Navy. DeLand on the prowl. Now it's Roz orchestrating. Ori Roz with 2 goals for Bucknell. That shot stuffed by Black. Kiefer's 6'7" wingspan coming in handy. Day across the way for Bartlett. Eyes for goal, tees up Sekulic. Luka having a mammoth second half with 4 goals. Day giving it to Black with some space. Kiefer's shot finds the back of the net, and Navy leads 16-13. 6 goals for Kiefer Black, and with that he moves into sole possession of 7th in school history with 206 in his Navy career. Not bad for a former lacrosse recruit. Growing up in California, that was Kiefer's passion. So a meeting with Louis Nicolau here on the yard switched his gears. And he took up water polo full time in high school. 16-13 your score, just over 4 to go. Berry for Black. Kiefer with 5. Down to 4. Shot never got to the goal mouth. Bartlett comes away with it, and Navy keeps possession with a fresh shot clock. Nicolau astutely putting Black away from the offense so that it can keep 5-on-5 play and open up the pool a bit. It created a shooting lane for Bartlett, and Dimitri was there for the save. A shot off the pipe, this one by Hedblad. More precious seconds ticking off the clock. Seabold Has Bartlett. He'll go past him for Billy Zeck. 17-13 Navy. Is that the dagger for the Mids with 3:12 to go? Murad with just a single goal in this one after his 3-goal showing against GW. Bucknell working at light speed, down by 4. Murad, save made by Munch. And then a whistle against the Bison. And now we'll get an infraction against Navy. Nicolauan happy with it, as was the captain Seabold. It doesn't matter because that shot rings off the face of Kiefer Black. Timeout Navy, 2:38 to go. The Mids lead by 4.
For more than 60 years, Maxar has partnered with governments and businesses to help them and billions of people like you and me explore space, connect humankind, and protect our planet and its people. As a trusted partner to the U.S. government, Maxar's satellites provide the intelligence the U.S. military needs to make critical decisions when minutes matter. Learn more at maxar.com.
Final 2:38 in Lejeune Hall as Navy looks to cap off its 12th win of the year. 17-13 your score. Sekulic with 4 goals. Kiefer Black with a game-high 6. And Ryan Munch will ignite the offense. Imagine Navy will play a lot of keep away here, with the clock winding under 2:30 to play. Today with 5. Last-ditch effort, stopped by Dimitru. And Bucknell's moving the other way. And that was likely planned during the last time out by John McBride. Get the ball, and I'll use a stoppage of my own. Just over 2 minutes to play. He wants his Bison to capitalize on this first opportunity, try and get it to 3 goals, and then put the pressure on the Mids and hope the Navy makes a mistake. It's been an impressive showing away from Lewisburg, second consecutive day for this Bison program. Bucknell suffered that tough defeat yesterday, 15-13 to GW, when George Washington won the fourth quarter 4-zip. It's been a similar story in the fourth frame of this one. Relatively neck and neck throughout, but Navy pulling away in the final frame. And while you could argue that Navy's slate, especially after the gauntlet they ran to begin the year, gets considerably easier with the exception of Fordham, GW, and another meeting with Bucknell after this, The Bison still have another West Coast swing coming. They play in the Julian Frazier Memorial against Pacific and Loyola Marymount. Looking to make a comeback here. Udovicic meeting pipe again. But that will not. It's Stefanovic with his 6th of the day. That's the last thing that Navy wanted. The Mids were content to work the shot clock all the way down. They turn it over. Credit the defense to Kai Johnson. Works it in tight to Stefanovic, who is stuffed by Munch. .74 seconds to go. And the pass is knocked away by Siebold. Overzealous effort. They were trying to get in the hands of Tyler Hedblad, who set the table often today. Siebold with the steal, and that likely does it here in Annapolis. Siebold putting it in park. Sekulic dared to bury his 5th of the day. Six goals for Black, 5 for Luca. 18-14 Navy leads. .2 remaining. It's Johnson inducing the penalty shot. Another chance for Stefanovic. Who's met by the body of Munch. A fitting close to an emphatic win for the Mids today here at Lejeune. 18-14 the final. Navy beats Bucknell. The Mids improve to 12-6 and 5-0 to begin conference play ahead of that highly anticipated matchup up in the Bronx against number 5 Fordham. 6 goals by Black, 5 by Sekulic as Navy takes down Bucknell and now sets its sights on the number 5 seeded program in America. We will keep it here for the alma mater, the Navy blue and gold, as the Mids win it 18-14, your final today against Bucknell. 18-14 the final. Navy wins it over Bucknell. The Mids improved to 12-6 this season. For Matt McMahon, I'm Tim Nolan saying so long from Lejeune. We will see you at the pool next year for Navy Water Polo on October 18th against Gannon. Have a great day, everybody.